I should set that camera up. Okay. Right, so 15 minutes of glute activation then. So we're going to start with a warm-up exercise. I'll show you from here. I'll just hold on so I can show you. Your arms are going to be down here like a single leg deadlift, okay? So your arms will be in that position. You're just going to touch down and up, touch down and up, okay? We do that 10 times on each side. This will be our warm-up, okay? All right, when you're ready, into single leg deadlift position, tap down lightly with your toe and back up for 10. Good, nice straight back. Hinging from the hip. Good. Don't go any lower than parallel to the ground with your upper body for me. Okay. So I don't want to see you too low. Good. I'd rather you be a little bit up from parallel. My hamstrings are aching from last night's class. Good. Okay. When you've done 10 on each side, grab a small resistance band for me. If you have a DMS mat, it helps, but you don't need it. So we're going to go with the band above our knees, okay? And we're going to take a step back to number 2 if you have a DMS mat, right diagonal backwards. We're going to go toe, heel, step back in. I want you to do that 5 times on the right and 5 times on the left. If you know what you're doing, start off. Okay, what I want you to do as you step back, I want you to make sure that this leg doesn't come backwards, okay? So this leg is fixed. It can bend a little bit, that's fine, but it doesn't move backwards, okay? Really important. So 5 on each side for me. So it's toe, heel. Make sure the heel plants down every time, okay? And the foot is nice and straight. So if you have the DMS mat, you're using the white foot. That's if you have this mat, which is the rehab mat. You have the big mat. So just keep going 5 times on each side. We do 5 rounds in total. The big mat, don't worry if you don't get all the way to that square because it's a bigger mat. As long as you take a good step backwards, you should start to feel the glutes fire, and hopefully pretty quickly. The quicker you feel it, the better your glutes are activated. It doesn't mean your glutes are weak if you feel it. It's a good thing. Five each corner, 5 sets in total on each side. Good. Got my England top on because it's nearly the World Cup. Getting excited. All our lionesses have arrived in Australia. Look like they're having the time of their life already. I'm sure they are. Yeah. On my last set this side. Keep that middle leg nice and stable. And don't rush this. Okay, right. I'm going to give you the opportunity to make it harder. If you want to make it harder, you can go down onto your calf muscles or even harder down onto your ankles. I'm going to stay above my knees. I've done a lot of glute work this week, okay? So you're going to go wide so that you've got tension on the band, okay? And we're going to shift the hips back, not knees forward, like a quarter squat. And then I'm going to tap to B, so laterally on the right side 5 times. Then we do the same to the left side, and we do 5 on each side. Again, we're keeping this middle leg stable. It's not moving sideways with us. I know I say it every time, but I still see people doing it, so I'd rather be boring than people get it wrong. Oh, I need a day off from glute activation tomorrow. Done so much this week. I'm so glad I didn't go any lower than above the knees, blimey. And then one more set. So this one you're landing your full foot down all at the same time. So it's not toe heel or heel toe. Lost count. I think that's 5. Oh, you take the band off. Glutes, glutes, glutes. Okay, we're going to do one more set of the single leg deadlift with a 10 tap. Start on the opposite leg this time. So hinge from the hips, nice straight back, up and down 10 times. Oh, now you should feel the burn. You got it? In both glutes, the standing leg and the leg kicking backwards. Ah, oh, that's horrible. I hope you're feeling it. Right, you need your step box on its lowest setting. So this one's about 12 centimeters high. Okay, and you need 2 dumbbells. I suggest about 5 kilograms is a good weight to do this with. So you're going to start slightly to a diagonal. Okay, you're going to take a diagonal step on, heel first, get your weight off your back foot, hinge from the hips, step off for me. Do 10 times on the right, 10 times on the left. So it's a small diagonal step. Go directly over that foot and step back again. Keep the foot nice and straight. Don't go any lower than parallel. Oops. And keep your balance. If you have an issue with glute activation, you need to be doing some every single day until you can get your glutes to fire. And then switch side. So it's not like a big diagonal step, yeah, just as small, otherwise it will just knock you off balance. Try and come right over the center of your leg. Remember, there's no weight on that back foot, but it is in contact with the ground. Stone on my foot. Yeah. When you've done 10 on each side, just rest. I'm going to count 30-second rest and we're going to repeat. So whichever leg you're starting on today, we'll do all 3 sets starting on that same side, but next time you come to do it, switch sides. Start with the other side. You can go heavier, you can go up, the max I would go up to is 7.5 kilograms. I wouldn't go any heavier than that. You could start with 3s and build your way up. I'm going to stick with 5s today, but you can go for 7.5. So this is a glute strength exercise rather than activation. Right then, are we ready? Second round, let's go. Good. Change sides when you've done your 10. Just check you're not leaving any weight on that back foot. Not even a tiny bit, that's cheating. Just onto your toes. Good. You can use this as a warm-up before a run. Way to get your glute activation exercises in. And then just going to start the timer for 30 seconds till we do our last round. Oh, it's hot. So I showed you the first glute activation 15 minutes I did the other day. And we did this exercise on the floor without the steps. So if you can't be able to get the step out and everything for the warm-up for a round, you can do this without a step. And it's still very effective. Exactly the same exercise, but without the step. 5 more seconds. Okay, right, let's grab the dumbbells. Right, this is our last set. Let's make it a good set. Nice and strict with your form. Good. So you're hinging from the hips. You're not bending the knee excessively. It's just soft so that it's not locked out. The bend comes from the hips, and that's really important. Good. Trying to get right over that leg, that front leg. Further you get over that leg, the more you'll feel your glutes have to work to stabilize. It makes such a difference if you just shift forward a tiny bit, but keep the weight in the heel. I just got one more. Okay, then get rid of your step, and then we'll finish then with our 10 single leg deadlift touches. Okay, so just remember which leg you did the second set on, switch sides if you can remember. Step down and up. Hang on one sec. Keep going. Right, be back. Have you finished? Beanbag wanted to say hi. Isn't she cute? Isn't she the cutest thing? She doesn't know what's happening. Good girl. There we go. All right, that's 15 minutes of glute activation. So if you want to stay for yoga, it just takes me 5 minutes, about 5 minutes to upload this, and then we'll do yoga. If you haven't got time, that's cool. All right, thanks for joining me, guys. See you later.